Okay. So we're going to start in the position is called child pose. So on your mat, you just have your knees wide. If you've got any socks on, I would recommend you take your socks off, because so that you don't slip. So your knees wide on the mat, and then you just slowly lower your chest down onto your mat, and you lower your forehead down. This is child pose. So this is what we call our resting pose. If at any time you think, oh my goodness, this is too much, just come down to child pose. Also, just to pre-warn you, Wi-Fi has been playing up, so it might cut out. If it does, we'll just reconnect. And we breathe in through our nose. Just relax. And you breathe out through your nose. Just breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Now slowly lift your forehead, lift your chest, and come all the way up to what we call tabletop. So your hands onto the mat, the tops of your feet on the mat. And then we'll do what we call cat-cow. So you just round your back as you bring your chin to chest. Exhale, you arch your back and look up. We're just warming up our spine. So inhale, round your back. Exhale, arch. Inhale, round. Exhale, arch. Inhale, round. Exhale, arch. Bring your back to neutral spine. And then bring your hips all the way back to your heels as you come to child pose, forehead down. Lift your forehead. Come back up to tabletop, same thing. Cat-cow, inhale, round your back. Exhale, arch. Inhale, round. Exhale, arch. Inhale, bring it back to neutral spine. Now stretch your right arm out, your palm is facing down. And then stretch your left leg out. Perfect. And lower. Take your left arm out, right leg back. So your opposite arm and leg. Try not to lift your hips. And lower, nice and slow. Right arm, left leg. And lower. Left arm, right leg. And lower. Right arm, left. And lower. Left arm, right leg. And lower. Bring your hips all the way back, child pose. Forehead down. Lift your forehead. Come back up to tabletop. Let's put it all together. So cat-cow, inhale, round your back. Exhale, arch your back. Back to neutral spine. Stretch your right arm, left leg. Perfect. And lower. Left arm, right leg. And lower. Hips back, come to child, forehead down. Come back up to tabletop, one more round. Cat-cow, inhale, round your back. Exhale, arch. Inhale, round. Exhale, arch. Back to neutral spine. Stretch your right arm, left leg. Perfect, and lower. Left arm, right leg. And lower. Right arm, left leg. And lower. Left arm, right leg. And lower. Hips back, child pose, forehead down. Come up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Walk your hands back to your knees. Lift your knees up to your chest. Walk your hands to your feet. And then straighten your legs. And slowly bring your hands up your shin. Your head is last to come up. You're uncurling your spine. Shoulders up to your ears. Press the shoulders down and then lift your head up. Perfect. And walk to the top of your mat. So that was our warm-up. Now we have our flow. So you inhale, you take your arms wide all the way up to the sky, hands together. Then bring your hands down either side of your body. Perfect. Inhale, hands up. This time you bend your knees, so you lower your hands down all the way to your mat. Then take your hands wide all the way to the sky. Down by your side. Perfect. Inhale up. Exhale, bend your knees, you lower your hands down. This time bring your hands onto your shin and look up. Perfect. Bend your knees, hands on your mat. Take your hands wide all the way to the sky. And lower down either side of your body. Perfect. Now this time we'll add on our legs. So inhale, hands up. Exhale, bend your knees as you lower your hands down. Inhale, hands on your shin. Hands on your mat. Now step your right leg back of your mat. Left leg back, you're in plank. Then lower your knees onto the mat. Untuck your toes, hips all the way back, child pose, forehead down. Come up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Knees off the mat, hips all the way up to the sky, you're in downward dog. Perfect. Then look forward, slight bend in your knees, and walk your feet all the way to your hands, the top of the mat. Bend your knees, take your hands wide all the way to the sky. Down by your side. Perfect, that's one. Inhale, hands up. Bend your knees, hands all the way down. Inhale, hands on your shin, shoulders away from your ears. Bend your knees, hands on the mat. Step back to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes, hips back, child pose, forehead down. Come up to tabletop, tuck your toes. Hips to sky, you're in downward dog. Look forward, slight bend your knees. Step your left leg forward in between your hands. And then you lower your right foot down. So your right foot is parallel to the back of your mat. And then bring your arms all the way up. Stretch your arms out wide. So your left arm forward, right arm back. Perfect. Look towards your left arm, fingers together. I don't know your name, perfect. I'm just going to say to you, lift your right arm behind you. Perfect. So your left knee is bent. Now that left leg, straighten your left leg. Rotate your left foot so it's parallel to the center. Your arms are still wide. And then you come all the way over to the other side. So you just bend your right knee. So warrior two on the right side. Right arm forward, left arm back. Perfect. Make sure you're breathing. Look towards your right arm. Straighten your right leg. Rotate to the center and come all the way back to the left. So now your left knee is bent. Take your right arm forward to meet your left arm. Palms facing. Lower your hands down. Either side of your right leg. Left leg, sorry. You're in a lunge. Step back to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes, come to child pose. Forehead down. Come up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Hips to sky and downward dog. Just stay in downward dog. Whilst I stop this. So downward dog for 3, 2, 1. Flat bend your knees, look forward. This time you step your right leg forward in between your hands. Then you lower your left foot down. It's the same thing, just opposite side. Then slowly lift your arms up. Open up to warrior 2. So right arm forward, left arm back. Turn around so you can see me. Straighten your right leg. Rotate your chest forward. And come all the way over to the left side. So this time your left knee is bent. Perfect. Bring your right arm forward to meet your left. Palms facing, lower your hands down either side of your left leg. You step back to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes, hips all the way back. You're in child pose, forehead down. Come up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Hips to sky, you're in downward dog. Flat bend your knees, look forward and just walk to your hands. Then take your hands wide all the way to the sky. Down by your side. Perfect, that's 2. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands down. Inhale, hands on your shin. Exhale, hands on your mat. Step back to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes, hips back, child pose. Forehead down. Come up to tabletop, tuck your toes. Hips to sky, downward dog. Look forward and step your left leg to your hands, right foot down. Take your arms all the way up, open up to warrior 2. Left arm forward, right arm back. Straighten your left leg. Left leg forward. Come all the way over to the right side. So you bend your right knee this time. So your arms don't change, it's just your legs. Straighten your right leg. Rotate back to center. Bend your left knee. Take your right hand to meet your left, palms facing. Lower your hands down either side of your left leg. You step back to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes, hips all the way back, child pose, forehead down. Come up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Hips to sky, downward dog. Look forward. Slight bend in your knees and walk your feet all the way to your hands. Rest your chest on your thighs, your knees are bent. And just bring your hands behind your back and just rest your hands on your lower back. Elbows to the sky. Rest your chin on your chest. Now slowly lift your chest all the way up. Straighten your legs. Perfect. Arms either side of your body. Perfect. So that's our flow. Let's do a bit of balance. We've done warm up, flow, so now we do balance. So you come to the middle of your mat. So tree pose, starting with the right leg. You've got three options. You take your right heel inside of your left ankle, hands to prayer. That's your tree pose. Or you can take your leg a little bit higher and rest it on your chin, your shin. Or you take hold of your right ankle and place it at the top of your left thigh. So you choose. Hands to prayer. So this is a hip opener as well as balance. Now slowly release your right leg. Brilliant. Same on the left. So either in low toes on the mat, on your shin, or all the way up, top of your right thigh. Hands to prayer. Perfect. Brilliant. Now release down. Perfect. Take your hands up. Take your hands wide, either side of your body. Tree pose again on the right side. So you choose your option. Hands to prayer. Take your hands all the way up. Interlace your fingers. Release your right knee out in front of you and lower your interlaced hands onto your right knee. Perfect. Now, if possible, you can take that right knee wide. Bring your left hand onto your left waist. Perfect, yeah. Then slowly bring your right knee in and release. Hands to prayer. Take tree pose on the left side. So you choose your option. Hands all the way up. Interlace your hands. Release your left knee out in front of you. Lower your hands down underneath on your left shin. Perfect. Press the shoulders down. Left knee wide, right hand on your right waist. Perfect. Bring your left knee in and release. Perfect. Hands up. Hands to prayer. Lower your hands down. And then just take a bow. And come all the way up. So that's the end of our standing sequences. We'll flow to sitting down. So if you come to the top of your mat, inhale, hands up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands onto your mat. Inhale, hands on your shin. Exhale, hands on your mat. You step back to plank. Lower your knees. This time you bend your elbows, you don't tuck your toes. Bend your elbows as you lower your chest all the way down. And then you slide your forearms away as you lift your chest. So anybody with lower back pain, this is brilliant for your lower back. Lower your chest as you walk your hands back to your body. Tuck your toes. Come all the way up to tabletop. Hips back to child pose, forehead down. Come back up to tabletop. Hips to sky, you're in downward dog. Look forward and walk your feet all the way to your hands. Bend your knees a lot and come into a squat. Bring your hands behind you as you lower your hips down. Take a seat. Perfect. So slide your right leg away and bring your left heel, so your left knee down, left heel into your groin. Back straight. Perfect. Slide your right hand down your right leg. Take your left elbow behind you and take it over your head. Your left arm over your head and press your right shoulder down. Look towards the left. Perfect. Take your left arm up to the sky. And just swap legs. So this time you bring your right knee in and stretch your left leg away. Back straight, shoulders down. Slide your left hand down your left leg. And this time take your right elbow back. Then stretch your right arm over your head. Lift your chest right onto the sky. Lower your right hand down. Then bend your left knee. Bring your left foot in front of your right shin. And cross your ankles. Hands on your knees. Press your shoulders down. Take your arms all the way up to the sky. Hands to prayer. Look up to your hands. Then bring your right hand down, right side of your body. You take your left arm over your head. Then bring your left hand down, right arm over your head. And take both arms back to the sky. Take your arms all the way behind you, hands down. Push your chest forward, shoulders back, and look up. Look forward. And bring your hands forward. As you lower your chest down, if possible, bring your forearms down. If not, you leave your elbows off the mat. Back straight, shoulders down. Lift your chin off your chest. If your elbows are down, lift your elbows up and walk your hands back to your knees. Take your hands underneath your knees. You bring your knees together, uncross your ankles, and wrap your arms around. See if you can take hold of the opposite elbows. Press your shoulders down as you bring your forehead to your knees and feel that stretch at the back of your neck. Lift your forehead, release your hands, and just slide your legs away, toes to the sky, back straight. Take your arms up. Slight bend in your knees and bring your chest forward. As you bring your hands over your feet or on your shin, ankles, wherever they reach, you can bend your knees if you have any problems with your lower back. Otherwise, you leave your legs straight. Eye gaze towards your toes. Lift your chest. Bring your hands underneath your knees as you start to bend your knees. Walk your feet back to your chest. Roll your knees onto the mat. Your hands onto the mat. You come back to tabletop. Come to child pose. Lift your forehead. Lift your chest as you come back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Hips the sky, downward dog. Slight bend in your knees, look forward and walk your feet to your hands. Bend your knees. Hands behind you as you lower your hips down. Take your arms out in front of you, palms facing. And then slowly press your shoulders down. Try not to round your back straight. You lower your back all the way onto the mat. And once your back reaches the mat, you bring your knees onto your chest. And wrap your arms around, take hold of your opposite elbows. Press your back onto the mat. Release your left foot down and stretch your right leg up to the sky. Interlace your hands either behind your thigh or your calf, or maybe even your ankle. Flex your right foot. Then start to bend your right knee and just rest your right foot onto your left thigh. Place your right hand onto your right knee. Now you can stay here or you roll your right knee down onto your mat. And then you slide your left arm away and look towards your left arm. So you feel that rotation around your left hip. Rotate your head to center. Bring your left arm back down by your body as you roll your knees back to center. Place your right foot down and then bring your left leg up to the sky. Excuse me, interlace your hands behind your left leg. Flex your left foot. Bend your left knee as you rest your left foot on your right thigh. Left hand on your left knee and roll your left knee down. And this time you slide your right arm away. Look towards your right arm. Bring your right arm in. Roll your head to center. And roll your knees back to center. And place your left foot down. And bring both knees onto your chest. Wrap your arms round. Now you have an option. You can either roll to your right side to come up. Or if you want to have a go, cross your ankles. And you roll up to sitting. Lifting up your feet. And come all the way up. Perfect. Hands out in front of you. Chest forward as you lift your hips. Uncross your ankles as you come up to downward dog. Look forward as you lower your knees. Untuck your toes, hips back, you're in child pose, forehead down. Come up to tabletop, tuck your toes, hips to sky, downward dog. Look forward, like bending your knees as you walk to your hands. Then you bend your knees. Hands behind your back as you lower your hips down. Perfect. Hands out in front of you. And roll your back all the way onto your mat. This time, walk your feet back so you can touch the backs of your ankles. Arms either side of your body, palms facing up. Perfect. Then press your back onto the mat as you lift your hips up for bridge. And lower. Press your back down so you get that pelvic tilt. And then lift. Engage your core, squeeze your glutes. And lower. Inhale back down. Lift. This time bring your arms up, palms facing. Then lower your hips, lower your arms. Perfect. Press your back down. Lift arms up. This time take your arms over your head. Arms to the sky. Lower your hips and your arms. Press your back down. Lift your hips. Arms over your head. Arms to the sky. Lower your hips and then just kind of take your right knee to your chest. You interlace your right knee to your chest. Press your right knees onto your chest. Yeah. Then lower your right leg down. Press your back down and lift your hips up. Arms up over your head. Arms to the sky. Lower your hips. This time left knee to your chest. Perfect. Lower your left foot down. Press your back down and lift. Arms over your head. Arms to the sky. Lower your hips, right knee to your chest. Interlace your hands round your right knee. Lower your right leg. Arms down. Lift your hips. Arms over your head. Arms to the sky. Lower your hips. Left knee to your chest. Lower your left foot. One more time. Lift your hips, arms up over your head. Arms to the sky. Lower your hips, right knee to your chest. This time stretch your left leg away from your body. Then lower your left foot down. Lower your right foot down. Perfect. Lift your hips, arms up over your head. Arms to the sky. Lower your hips, left knee to your chest, right leg away. Release your right foot down. Release your left foot down. Now take the soles of your feet together, your knees wide. You can have your hands either side of your body, or you take your arms over your head, you choose. And just rest the chin on your chest and close your eyes. Breathing in and out. A couple more breaths. Now bring your hands outside of your knees. As you bring your knees together, bring your knees onto your chest, your hands on your knees. And just wrap your left arm around your knees as you slide your right arm away. And then roll your knees to your right arm as you place your right ear down. And place your left arm on top of your right arm. So your left hand is on top of your right hand. Then take your left arm all the way up to the sky. And then roll your left arm all the way behind you to open up your chest. Look back at your left arm. And take your left arm to the sky. And roll back onto your right arm. Left arm up. Left arm all the way behind you. left arm to the sky. Left arm on top of your right arm. Take your left arm up to the sky. Take it all the way behind you. This time bring your knees to the center. Now take your knees all the way over to your left arm. You bring your right arm on top of your left arm. So now your left ear is down. Then you take your right arm to the sky and take it all the way behind you. Perfect. Right arm to the sky on top of your left arm. Inhale, arm up, arm all the way behind you. Right arm up to the sky, back on top of your left arm. And take your right arm up. Take it behind you as you bring your knees to your chest. Knees all the way onto your, close to your right arm as you bring your left arm on top of your right arm. Then bring your left hand down over your right arm as you come all the way up. Come up to sitting, legs out in front of you, and cross your left ankle over your right ankle, back straight. Hands either side of your body, press the shoulders down. Now slide your hands behind you. Your fingers are facing your body, just forward, shoulders back, and look up. If possible, you lift your hips and look back. And then lower your hips. Look forward. And walk your hands out in front of you, either side of your legs, as you lower your chin to chest. Lift the chest, slide your hands all the way behind you. Chest forward, shoulders back, and lift your hips. Then lower your hips. Chest forward. Hands either side. If you might be able to bring them even further as you lower your chin to chest. And you lift your chest. Uncross your left leg and cross your right leg over your left this time. Slide your hands back. Chest forward, shoulders back, lift your hips. Look back. And then lower your hips. Slide your hands close to your legs or your feet. See how far, maybe past your heels. As you rest your chin on your chest. One more time, lift your chest, slide your hands back. Chest forward, shoulders back. Look up, lift your hips. And lower your hips. Chest forward, bring your hands underneath your knees as you bend your knees. Cross your ankles. Press your knees down. Press the shoulders down. Take your arms up to the sky. And take your left arm behind your back. So your left hand is just in between your shoulder blades as you bring your right hand down. And see, you might be able to bring both fingers to touch, but don't worry if you don't. You just feel that stretch at the back of your arms. And hold for 3, 2, release your hands back to the sky. And then bring your right arm down. Hand in between your shoulder blades as you bring your left hand down. And if possible, you take that bind. Release both arms to the sky. Lower your hands down. Take your right arm to the sky and then just bring your right hand over your head to touch your left ear as you tilt your right head towards your right arm. So you feel that stretch at the side of your right side of your neck. Bring your head back to center. As you lower your right hand down, you take your left arm up. Lower your left hand to your right ear as you tilt your head towards your left arm. Now take both arms to the sky. Lower your right hand down as you stretch your left arm over your head. Then you start to bring your chest towards your right thigh and see if you can lower your left hand down. So you rest your chest on your right thigh. Don't worry if you can't come all the way down. You can just straighten your arms. Rest your chin on your chest. And hold 3, 2, 1. Then you take your left arm all the way up and lower it down left side of your body as you bring your right arm over your head. Then you start to lower your chest towards your left leg as you lower your right hand down. And slowly lift your chest. Walk your hands out in front of you as you rest your chin on your chest. And notice the difference. You might be able to go further than last time. Bring your hands to prayer. And slowly lift your chest as you bring your hands all the way up to the sky. Now your hands to prayer, just lower your hands down so your elbows to the sky and your thumbs are just touching the top of your back, the back of your neck. Feel that stretch at the back of your arms. Then you take your arms up to the sky as you look up. Chest forward as you lower your hands down, still keeping your hands together. And see if you can bring your elbows down as you rest your chin to chest. And slowly take your hands all the way back up. As you lower your hands down, elbows to the sky. Take your hands up to the sky and look up to your hands. And bring your thumbs to your forehead and bring your forearms together. And then slide your thumbs to your mouth. And all the way down to your breastbone as you bow down and rest your elbows on your thighs and your chin on your fingers. Namaste.